part 2. Sorry about that. I wanted to talk about this dream. And let's say, I'm gonna say Sue, Barbara, and Mary. So in this apartment, don't know where, don't know timeline, I felt as if this was something that I actually experienced instead of it being a dream. But, excuse me, I'm just gonna say it was a dream. Sue and Barbara stayed together. Sue stayed downstairs, Barbara stayed upstairs in his 2-bedroom apartment. Mary was a friend of Barbara's. She was a friend to both, but she was best friends with Barbara. Mary had come over. Sue had told Mary that Barbara was not there. She had gone out to do some activities or what have you, and that she would let her know that you came by, that Mary came by. Mary said, okay. But that didn't sit well with her because her and Barbara did everything together. They were best friends. So Mary sat somewhere and she watched the house. She was spying on the house, right? Apartment. And she waited until Sue left. And she got into the apartment. And she was snooping around. I don't remember all that she found, but I remember seeing that she found a blood stain on a dining room chair, which was a big blood stain, nothing that you could miss, you know what I'm saying? So she left out. Sue came home. Mary came back after a while, asking Sue if Barbara was back, and she said no. So Mary let this go on for a day or so. Then she broke in again, thinking that Sue was gone, but Sue was actually in the house. And Mary was caught off guard. My assumption is that it led to an argument when Mary let it be known that she knew that she had killed Barbara. If anything went down, I don't know because I woke up. But I swear that was a memory and not. But I don't know who I was in this because it wasn't like I was playing or I was either one of the people. I was on the outside looking into the situation, if you get what I'm saying. I wasn't actually playing one of the characters, I should say. It was like I was just watching a movie. So, now, I will say this. It may not have anything to do with that. It may not. But there was a time that I was taking a bath, and the spirit had come into the bathroom. And she had on some older clothes, some kind of hooped but not clothing. Okay, so it was like an apron dress almost, but the bottom of it kind of poofed out, but there was nothing under it to poof it up. Let me say that. She had come into the bathroom with me, and I asked her who she was, and she said Mary. And I got an instant feeling, and I said, "Why are you here?" And she said, "To kill you." So I don't know if this has got something to do with the same dream or vision or whatever, or this is something that happened on a different timeline, as a different, my soul was in a different flesh suit. I don't know. Well, she said that she was there to kill me, and I can't remember. I wrote it down in my diary. I said something to her, and then I hurry up and got out of the bathtub. I wasn't gonna sit around. Yeah. I know that they really, because you are a sovereign being, they really can't do much to you unless you allow that. Note, no one, no thing can do anything to you without your permission. So if you are in fear, if you're in doubt, if you are allowing them to come and you want to play around and all that kind of bull, things can happen to you. Don't be playing around in that spiritual realm, because there's a whole lot of things you don't understand, especially if you're just doing stuff willy-nilly and you are not following universal laws. To understand that whatever you put out there, good or bad, it's going to come back to you. If you're doing bibbity boppity, it is going to come back to you eventually. There are certain days, there are certain years, certain times that these things will happen quicker than others. Be very careful what it is that you're throwing out to other people, because you become that exact same thing. You will reap whatever it is that you sow, and you will start looking like it. You doing glamour magic, all this gonna be gone. All of this, you're just gonna be getting bald. You might even get a bald patch in the middle of your head. You are going to be, oh my gosh, what? Wow. You will become bald. There's other things. I had someone who was doing glamour magic on me, unbeknownst to me, wondering why she kept wearing masks after mask was off. She showed me her lips was huge as, looked like two sausages, because she was doing glamour magic. You can't send evil stuff to people who are innocent. Not that they are innocent of anything, but if they are innocent of doing anything to you, it's going to come back to you. You understand? The reason why I had paused for a second there because I was thinking about a time when I lived in another city, and I was wondering why my hair in the middle of my head was not growing. Now I know I said, if you're doing things to people, I was not doing anything to anyone. But that second that I thought about it, someone was doing something to me. Someone I had let into my home. Someone who I thought was my friend. Um, then she ended up messing around with the guy I was messing around with. Just all in my business, what have you. Mhm. Well, when I first started learning about all of this stuff, I was like, where's these people getting this information? Clueless. Absolutely clueless. Until I started asking my ancestors, like, where's this coming from? You know what I'm saying? Asking the Most High. And then they started showing me stuff. Videos will pop up. I'll see things on TV. I would hear some people talk about stuff, and I'm like, why didn't I know all of this stuff before? Probably because the Most High did not want me to put my hand in any of it. He would not be able to use me how he wants to use me if I was mixed up in all of that negativity. So I get that. He didn't even allow me to even have the desire for it, because I could have gone there. Thank you, Most High. Yeah. I remember a lot of things now that were happening around me, which I didn't pay attention at the time. Because I was like, mind you, I noticed things, even really subtle things, but I let them slide, thinking, no, that they couldn't be doing that. And they really were. As Medea said, when a person shows you who they are, believe them. I didn't want to believe that. One is because my mind couldn't go to that place. It can now. But at the time, my mind didn't go there. I couldn't fathom those kinds of things. But now, I think about them, but I choose not to do that. Protect myself? Oh, most definitely, I will do that. I will protect myself, my children, my grandchildren, my furry grandchildren, everything that means something to me is protected. But to just be throwing out stuff willy-nilly, even when stuff comes to me now and I feel it, I just ask the Most High to let it just go away or transmute it. You know, people throwing stuff at me to make me be weak, not be seen, not be noticed, to be ugly or what have you. And it's actually doing the opposite. You're making me famous. You know what I mean? I'm not saying famous like out there, whatever. I'm just saying you are making people take second looks because they said things, they did things, and had people thinking about me in a certain way. Now that all the truths are coming out, people are taking a second look and like, I don't even see that about her. She don't even act like that. She's actually smart. Because, they said I had some mental issues. I was on drugs. I don't like to do drugs because I don't like the way, well, when you're young, you tried marijuana. I was so paranoid. I don't like that feeling. I don't like to be out of control. Mm-mm-mm. No, I don't ingest or take or crush up pills and sniff them like other people do. I don't do that. You do you. I'm not talking about nobody. That's your thing. I'm not paying your bills. I'm not taking care of you. Unless I'm one of the ones I am taking care of, using my energy to get... anyway. For most people, I'm not taking care of you. I am not paying your bills. None of that. So, I can't tell you what to do. Whether it's good or bad for you. That's between you, your body, and whoever you look to. If you look to anybody. Even if you look to yourself. That's between you and you. Isn't that cute? It's called a fairy... something. Not a fairy tale. A fair to remember? I think it's called a fair to remember. Anyway. My poor little orchid. I gotta keep spritzing a little water on it. Because it's looking like... I don't want to open up the blinds because the sun will come in here and make it hotter. Anyway, I love the sun. Sun is my friend. I'm a child of the sun. I saw my little grandbaby today. It's her birthday. She's a sweetie. They having some fun. I get to see them on another day. Baby, I go around when it's cool. Yeah. Anyway, I think I'm gonna do like my grandpup and take a nap. Cool down. Or stay cool. Watch my new episode of Resident Alien. Hey, where you come from? I thought you was laying down over there. Sir, what were you doing? I'm talking to you. Why are you walking so slow? You're not old. Well, you are. You're like 7. I love you, sir. I love you. Anyway. I guess that's it. I'll come back and talk about something else that's on my mind later. It's so many people around me. Y'all probably can't see them, but I see them. Just be chilling. I'm watching some on TV. This it's like sit down. Hmm. You ever have a time when you were asleep and it felt like somebody was tickling your feet? Or it felt like somebody was tickling your nose or doing something like this to your nose? I know that's got to be grandma. Because, Madeline didn't do that. No. Madeline didn't even want me to kiss on the cheek. Hmm. Anyway. I am Toya. I win. And this is the Blue Lighthouse Mantle. Lay us.